сегодня дело «Смерть в шёлковых чулках».
Ah, Phelps. I was just discussing with Finbar here how well you were doing. Have a seat.
Yeah, my real name. You can just forget all about it.
You boys have a new case. A poor Hispanic woman murdered near City Hall and left lying naked in an alleyway.
Another naked woman, sir?
Yes. We seem to have had quite a run of them since the Dahlia fiend first struck.
Phelps is politely trying to hint that he thinks the Mendez case is hokey.
Well, young Phelps, you win some and you lose some in police work.
You're happy with the Mueller case, sir?
Over the moon, boys!
With the Mueller case, sir?
The DA couldn't be more pleased with the evidence, the witness, and the lack of an alibi. Get out there and catch me another sinner. Get out there and catch me another sinner.
Oh, I'm afraid someday you leave. Someday you leave.
He wants a 5-star goddamn wedding.
Throw his socks in. You know the way. You can drive. You have the address?
It's the alley off Aliso between Los Angeles and Alameda.
You're kidding. The next one will be opposite Central Station.
Count yourself lucky, Phelps. Most guys would kill to land a case so close to their desk.
Yeah. It means they can pop in to hit the office supply of hooch whenever they need it.
You know, that ain't a bad idea. That is not a bad idea at all, Phelps.
Detectives, they're ready to start the show. I'll take you through.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Brothers, Pinker.
Cause of death is pretty apparent. We thought we'd best wait for you when you're ready.
Так, прибыли на место преступления. Посмотрю труп сначала.
Lacerations on the neck would indicate a great deal of force.
Целую кровь.
Kiss the blood, BD.
Так, что на руках? Ага. Публичная библиотека Антонии.
Only 21 years old. But why the library card? Did he want us to find it? Another wedding ring torn from the finger. No skin under the fingernails. The evidence in the Mueller case was solid. I'm not convinced about Mendez.
The best way to get away with murder is to pin it on somebody else. I'll bet a month's salary this is a copycat.
Strangled, battered.
Yeah. We know the M.O. So does every jerk who kills his wife and girlfriend looking for a way out. I've spoken to Brown. He still believes the Dahlia perp has medical experience.
4 women, all murdered, all put on display, all with messages.
Mueller had no message. Look, Phelps, this is getting us nowhere.
Anything for us to go on, Mal?
Head injuries from contact with road, bruising from a small man's shoe, further blunt force trauma to the occipital region at the base of the skull. Could have been fatal, but Clear signs of strangulation would seem to rule it out.
Lipstick appears to be a similar color to the other cases. I'll see if I can nail down a brand.
If she took a blow to the head like the others, she was probably unconscious when strangled.
Ну, думаю, так пачка это ничего не даст. Карта вот в этом видимо тоже. Что тут еще есть?
Phelps, I want to come and take a look. I'm not kidding, Phelps. Come see. Now.
Сейчас приду, не ори там. Это не наш.
Capture all the good ones, Phelps.
Там что-то нашел.
Antonia. Oh, same as the library card.
Сейчас пойдем по следам. Сначала посмотрим, что тут был миг. Ну мой напарник
May
пошел
as well
по
follow
следам,
the trail.
пускай топает, если что, он меня позовет. Здесь ребята что-то нашли можно. Это само тело. Окей. Ничего интересного не дает, конечно, но на всякий случай я проверяю, может быть, есть ли какие-то. Ну как?
Proximity to the scene, plus the bloodstains. No way is this coincidence.
We kept the area pristine for you boys. Let's check it out.
House keys strung up like bait on a hook.
You think he's trying to lead us somewhere?
Probably all the way to City Hall, that brazen son of a bitch.
That's got to be a code or a cipher.
Ну опять ты.
Empty. Where is all of this meant to be taking us? He clearly wants us to find these things. He left them for us.
There you go, Phelps. You got a new MO. I told you it wasn't our guy.
Or he might just be getting more confident. Enameled and gold-plated. This was precious to her.
Окей, продолжаю дальше прокладываться.
Pulled from the finger and hung up here. What's the significance?
Судя по развитию миссии, где-то точнее, это будет финальное дело перед переходом в новый отдел.
Looks as though the killer was decorating with this.
Часть. Нет,
Son of a bitch wants her identified. Mrs. Antonia Maldonado, 712 North Hill Street, downtown.
Так, выбираю места. Здесь, в принципе, все. Квартира Антонии. Выбрать место. Ну, дружок, куда ты?
Can you drive to this one?
Давай за руль.
It was Mrs. Maldonado, right?
That's affirmative.
All right, so then there's a husband we should be looking for. Get him, we've closed the case.
Rusty's razor, of course. I don't want to question your tried and tested techniques, Detective Galloway. But doesn't the DA require sound casework before he'll close the book?
He's got a confession. And, you know, there's ways of getting it.
I'm sure.
Just a moment. I'm sorry. Can I help you?
LAPD, ma'am. Detective Phelps and Galloway. Does Mrs. Maldonado live here?
Yes, she does. I'm Mrs. Barbara Lapenti, the owner of this boarding house. Is there a problem?
I'm afraid so, ma'am. Do you mind if we come in? Is there somewhere we can discuss this?
Of course. Follow me through to the parlor. Wipe your feet as you come in, detectives. It's this way.
Mrs. Maldonado was found dead this morning.
Dead? Oh, no. She can't be.
I'm afraid she was murdered, ma'am. We need to take a look at her things.
I can't believe it. A person seems so alive, and then they're gone. Antonia's room is upstairs, last door on the left.
Thank you. We'll be back shortly.
Excuse us a moment, ma'am. What are we waiting for?
smashed window explains why the place looks tossed.
Ой, будь здоров. Так, здесь на балконе кованый пруд какой-то железный. Так, ну что он нам даст?
So someone broke in using this thing instead of a crowbar. I wonder where it was taken from. Charm bracelet wasn't among the crime scene evidence.
Так, уважаемая Антонии, дополнительную новости сообщаю, что ваше обращение в Верховный суд штата Калифорния принято и назначено до судебного заседания. Номер дела, слышно по делу, стоит 17 сентября. Мне известно, что ваш муж Анхель Кристофер Мальдонадо, проживающий по адресу Анхеля, 34, Лос-Анджелес, штат Калифорния, получил официальное уведомление о необходимости явиться в окружной суд в назначенный день. Хотя это и не является обязательным условием. Многие женщины в вашей ситуации избегают этого. Я бы посоветовал вам присутствовать на заседании. Моя практика показывает, что присутствие юстиции на рассмотрение способно серьезно повлиять на ход заседания. А если ваш муж не явится 17 сентября в суд, что по вашим словам вполне вероятно, то это лишь повышенный шанс на успех. Ну понятно. С уважением, Фредди, доктор права.
Okay, we have an address.
Мне поход дела суд. Разводится со своим мужем. Посмотрим, что тут еще есть. Все нашли. Уходим. Попробуем поговорить с дамой.
We have some questions, ma'am, if you're up to it.
Yes, detective. I'll do my best.
Do you have any idea who might have wanted to hurt Mrs. Maldonado?
That rat of her husband, Angel. She was serving him divorce papers.
If I killed every wife to serve me papers, I'd be a mass murderer.
Are you being flippant, young man?
No, ma'am.
What can you tell us about Angel Maldonado?
She married him when she was 17. He was cruel to her, very cruel. She was a good girl, little on the religious side, but a good girl.
Это верно. Так, следующий вопрос. Перемещение жертвы. Фигурант дела Барбара Лапенти. Вопрос задаю, перемещение жертвы.
What time did Antonia go out yesterday?
She left around 9.
Do you know where she went?
No, I have no idea. She was a good girl, but she didn't confide in me.
Come on, Mrs. Lapenti, you must have some idea.
Maybe a movie? Maybe church. She was a very religious girl.
Правильно. Так, следующий вопрос. Следы взлома.
You had a break-in?
No, that can't be true.
ложь.
You're being economical with the truth, Mrs. Lapenti. What do you have to hide?
I have no idea what you are talking about.
Ложь и... разбитое окно.
So Antonia lost her keys and used an iron bar to jimmy the back window?
I heard a noise in the early hours of the morning. I thought it might be a raccoon at the milk bottles. It'd be very bad for business if this news got out. I have a reputation to protect.
Это верно. На вопрос след взлома она лгет.
Antonia and her husband were estranged?
Yes. She moved here after she separated from her husband 2 months ago.
But Antonia still wore a wedding ring?
She wore the wedding ring and a necklace. She always wore a religious necklace. That's about all of her jewelry.
Опять ложь.
What about her bracelet?
I don't know anything about a bracelet.
Ложь и фотография браслета как доказательство буду выбирать.
In her wedding photo, she's displaying a charm bracelet.
That thing? She never wore it. He gave it to her. She always kept it in that wooden jewelry box.
Thanks, ma'am. You've been very helpful.
Pay a call to that husband of hers. Lock him up and throw away the key.
I've said it right from the start. We should come down hard on the husband. Let's check his place out.
Так, следующее место выбираю. Что у нас? Квартира. Ну, поехали к нему, да.
You can drive.
Isn't that the cop who solved the big case and got promoted?
Так, а где он живет? Стоп. Холл-стрит 330, 304, по-моему, там был номер квартиры. Да. Квартира у ее мужа 304. Это было указано в письме в суд.
Phelps, this could turn ugly. Forget about knocking. Let's take our boy by surprise.
Hey, what the fuck?
LAPD, motherfucker, you're under arrest.
Опа, опа, опа.
I got 100.
Now look, I don't want no trouble, see? I got nothing to say to
Этим не интересно. Сейчас мне нападают.
Stay back, or I'll have to put you down.
Полицейский ранен. Все, я понял. Надо вторую мышку зажимать, и все тогда будет хорошо.
Phelps, this could turn ugly. Forget about knocking. Let's take our boy by surprise.
Hey, what the fuck?
LAPD, motherfucker, you're under arrest. I got 100 pounds in your wife.
got you.
Так это было. Есть. Так, ты там чё? Все, разложили нормально.
Damn. They got some decent shots in there. Cuff these sons of bitches, Phelps.
LAPD, you two are under arrest. Call for some backup, Finbar.
Galloway, badge number 564. I need a prowl car at the apartment building 330 North Hill Street. 2 suspects need transporting to Central.
Your wife has been murdered, Angel.
Antonia? Oh, God, no!
Where were you last night, Angel?
I was here with my brother the whole night, goddammit! You think I'd kill my own wife?
We should get the whole place going over, then talk to the neighbors. And Phelps, I don't care that you just got smacked in the head. You don't call me Finbar.
This will take some explaining.
Рубашка. Спрятанная в твоей.
Just picked fruit market. I wonder if Angel gets all his groceries from this place.
Высоп, коньяк похудел.
Maybe one of the neighbors took notice of Angel's movements. He's got no alibi, he's toast.
The El Dorado.
Help me out.
Maybe one of the neighbors took notice of Angel's movements. He's got no alibi, he's toast.
What do you want?
LAPD. We're making some inquiries.
Make it quick. I work nights.
So you weren't home last night?
No, I was at work.
You know nothing about Mrs. Maldonado fighting with her husband?
Those two? They're always screaming the place down.
Thanks.
No good. There's nobody here.
Sorry about that. I'm playing with my kids.
LAPD. Were you here last night?
Yeah. My wife and I are separated, and I had the kids last night. I put them to bed early and went to bed myself.
Thanks.
Hello.
LAPD, ma'am. Did you hear a disturbance last night?
Yes. Yes, I did. Mrs. Maldonado lit out of here, and her husband ran out after her.
You saw this, Miss?
Aranda. I had the door open a crack.
Did you see Mr. Maldonado come back inside after he ran out?
No. I didn't.
Прошелся по соседнему, в последней комнате.
The hired help at the El Dorado might have seen the broad the night she died. Maybe the regulars, too. We should check it out.
Поехали проверять. Так, куда? Рынок. Ну, сначала на рынок, легко пойдем.
You're behind the wheel.
Так, ковбой, давай-ка ты быстрее топай
He's
сюда.
good looking for a policeman.
И поехали.
Car 11K, Car 11K, come in. Car 11K, Car 11K, come in.
KGPL, 11 King, over.
11K, Captain Donnelly and Detective Sergeant Finis Brown urgently request your presence at Central. A new letter has been found.
11K, en route.
Вызвали центральное отделение. Я приехал.
The captain is waiting. He is downstairs with an anchor. Now the DA wants my head.
Так. Куда ты рулил?
Oh, Susie, you are so bad.
Parker or Green? I don't know who'd be worse.
Oh, I wish I could afford that. You are a modest little person with much to be modest.
Boys, come on in. Phelps, have you met Finis Brown?
Pleased to meet you, sir.
This information is confidential and doesn't leave this room.
The new letter was left in the back seat of a cab. The driver thinks it was put through the window and not left by a customer.
We're checking all this fares back 24 hours regardless.
Good.
Like the previous letters, it's been assembled from headlines and typed from the Times and Examiner, then glued to an envelope.
What is the other note?
This one? That's also new. A poem, hand-typed.
Do you mind if I take a look?
Go ahead. We've been over both documents pretty carefully. They've been wiped with gasoline, so there's no chance of prints.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to put him down one way.
That's the message from the Celine Henry case.
Прокли, знать тебе придет пора. Один ты встретишь вражескую вечность. И зло любя познаешь власть добра, изведаешь мучения бесконечности. Да будет делай зло и жди, потом к возмездию приди, лишенный царского убранства, исчерпав бешенство и ложь, позорным пленником падешь. В безбрежности времен, безбрежности пространства.
Heap upon thy soul by virtue of this curse.
That's why we called you in.
Do you think it's original?
Not unless he's a genius.
You like this nutjob's poem?
No, I like Shelley. It was written at least 100 years ago.
Shelley? Sure, I knew that.
You see, Finis? I told you this lad was a bright boy.
Sure, but what has it got to do with the case?
Prometheus Unbound. Prometheus was a titan, a superhuman character who defied the gods to bring fire to humanity.
The Dahlia guy believes he's Superman.
Your guess is as good as mine. One thing for sure is that he's educated. What about the link to the Henry case?
He could have got the wording from the papers. As you said, he is fiendishly clever and takes pleasure in taunting us. What's happening with the Maldonado case?
We have the husband in custody. We haven't interviewed him yet.
Well, upstairs then, lads, and see if we can break him.
This guy must have escaped the loony bin.
Oh, I wish I could afford that.
Need a drink. I got the jitters again.
Phelps, you mind coming here and doing your job for a second?
We got a stake ad down on...
Improved your attitude, Angel?
What do you want me to say? I was with Antonia the night she died, but she left the apartment, and that was the last time I saw her.
So your wife paid you a visit last night. What time was that?
Late, around midnight, maybe? She didn't stay long.
Ложь на первый
You're lying,
вопрос.
Angel. You went after her. I think you killed her.
You're out of your mind. My brother will tell you I was at home.
Так. И вот на ложь доказательства алиби мужа, которые вы взяли у соседки.
We have a witness who confirms that you were arguing, that your wife ran out, that you followed her and didn't come back.
I know this looks bad, but it's not true. We argued, all right, but she went out and I went out after her and she jumped in a car on the corner.
There was a car waiting for her? Can you describe the driver?
Not the driver. It was too dark. But the car, it was a brown Ford Coupe.
Форд купе. Отлично, да, это верно было.
When we found your wife, her jewelry had been removed.
Снятые жертвы
Was she
украшения
wearing her
вопрос.
religious medallion last night?
Sure. She always wore that.
Но походу правду говорит.
What about the charm
истину.
bracelet? Was she wearing that?
You know about that? She never wore it. She didn't like the message. She kept it locked up in that box of hers.
Тоже правильно. На второй вопрос не обманул. Третий вопрос
You
процедура
and your wife
развода.
weren't getting along. She was divorcing you. Is that why you killed her?
We fought, yeah, but we weren't getting a divorce.
Но это ложь.
I don't believe you, Angel. She'd been granted a decree nisi. She pushed you too far and you lashed out.
I told you. I wouldn't accept a divorce.
Письмо адвоката.
The judge had set a date. You were going to be paraded in front of the whole city for your cruelty to her, Angel.
Antonia. Oh, Jesus. She came in drunk, out of her mind. She doesn't normally drink. She was looking around in her bag. Said she wanted to serve me papers. Me, her own husband. So I slapped her down. She ran out. That's the truth.
What size shoe do you wear, Angel?
Size 8. What difference does that make?
Тоже верно. Окровавленная
Your wife
рубашка.
has been brutally murdered. So how do you explain your shirt being covered in blood?
You found that? I cut myself shaving.
Но... Сомнения.
Angel, I'm not going to waste any more time on this. Give me something or I'm going to have you charged.
My brother, Hippolyta, he said some bad things about Antonia last night. So I had to sock him one. We got into it.
Keep talking.
She said she came from the El Dorado bar.
And?
It's not one of my places. We used to buy fruit at the market down the street. But the creep there was always running his eyes all over my wife.
What's the name of this fruit market?
Just picked fruit. Ord Street downtown.
One last question.
Все вопросы правильно.
Do the words "kiss the blood" mean anything to you?
No. Sounds sick to me.
You're not in the clear by any means, Angel. You're going back into a cell. You should think about whether you have anything else you need to share with us.
You think the vice boys get any on the side?
Так, ну что? На рынок, как и планировалось.
That bum took a swipe and
You drive.
put it down in my
I need to
sack.
go over the case notes.
Давай, вези меня, большая черепаха.
Another letter? I thought the letter was from a nut.
These letters, Brown and Hanson believe they are genuine. From him.
Now we sent another.
I really hate this fuck. This Black Dahlia guy. Have you seen the body? Fucking case just a nozzle way through the guts. Hollywood. Every prom queen from every fucking hick town in America turns up here. Where do they end up? Gutted on the fucking sidewalk.
The handbag was left just up there, overlooking the market.
Could have come here from the start and saved ourselves a day's legwork.
I got a call back for that Universal Chorus line.
LAPD, Detective Phelps and Galloway.
Clem Fini, what can I do for you?
Did you happen to see a young woman last night? 21 years old, Hispanic?
Sure, she came by last night. Why do you ask?
She was wearing a necklace?
I didn't notice.
You weren't paying attention, Feeney?
Hey, you're getting the wrong idea.
No.
Exactly how much fruit do you sell here after midnight, Clem?
Look, not much. I sell the odd bottle on the side to the after-hours crowd. Well, I don't want any trouble. I'm just trying to make a buck.
Первый вопрос правильно, контакт.
The young lady arrived around midnight?
Yeah, something like that. Used the phone for a cab and then left.
You already knew Mrs. Maldonado, didn't you, Clem?
Sure, I met her before. She seemed like a nice lady. Her husband went apeshit one day when he caught me talking to her. She hadn't been back until last night.
Тоже правильно. Сомнение. Второй вопрос, как и первый.
Where did she go from here?
She wanted a cab, but I couldn't get her one. I was about to offer to drive her, but a car pulled up and she got into that.
Ну, это, по-моему, истина.
Can you describe the car?
Brown Ford Coupe, I think. She seemed to know the guy.
Все.
Do you mind if we look around?
Why would you want to do that?
Because we say so.
I guess you can. Hey, don't you have to get a court order or something? I have rights.
Clem? Shh. No wonder he stays open late at night. People have to get their vitamins. Check through this stuff before we get back out there.
Just don't know how to dance the bebop.
Why cut someone who was already dead?
It's a typical power thing. Once the stiff is dead, the creep usually feels they can do whatever they like. Must have seen it during the war.
I callback for that universal chorus line. Are you working Friday night? We should go out after.
So what are we hiding in here? This thing needs a combination.
Давай 5-3 там был топ. Опа.
This fruit skull punk gets about 10 seconds to explain before I pull his fucking arms off.
Clem!
God damn it, get after him, Cole. I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck.
Should have grabbed him when we had the chance, Phelps. When we had the chance, we didn't know he was our guy.
Phelps, you gotta get me closer.
Strange that he'd leave a trail of blood right back to his own mouth. Maybe he wanted to be caught. A lot of them do.
Hit it. Clean this asshole off the road.
It's almost too perfect, isn't it? There's no such thing as too perfect.
Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires. Hit him, Cole. Spin him out.
Вышел. В любом ничего.
You're a sick man, Clem. You need help.
Outstanding job on this case, gentlemen. The poor woman can now rest in peace. I'll pay the fiend a personal visit myself and remind him that crime in this city does not go unpunished. When they finish with him at the receiving hospital, we'll have him up before the grand jury. I have a meeting this afternoon with the mayor lads. I'll be sure to mention your names. Now, on your way.
Утащил ящик. Так, ну что, 5 звезд? Отлично, блестящее прохождение.
Sarge, why are the guys giving it to the doggies? They're riding in trucks, numbskull, while you're marching.
They look pretty badly beat up.
Yeah, they do it then. Scuttlebutt says it's pretty hard going down south.
Well, we'll find out soon enough. Recon always leads. How can we fail, Skip, with the Shadow leading the show? Who the fuck is the Shadow? Lieutenant Phelps, the Shadow of Death.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's a quiet fucker, Sarge. Never hear the bastard coming.
Sitting there, field stripping a cigarette, and suddenly he's there looking down on you.
Why do you think we keep saluting that Jap-loving son of a bitch? He's bad juju.
That's enough out of you three. Bad juju? Where were you dragged up? A swamp?